Well, hello there, friends. Today we're taking a look at my Alvarez. This is an MDA 66 CE SHB. This is an all solid wood guitar currently for sale on Reverb. I'm going to make a quick video to go into the condition of the guitar, the specs, and play it a little bit for you today. So a couple interesting things about this model. I mentioned this is all solid wood. This is actually a solid wood mahogany guitar. So that is a mahogany top with this beautiful sunburst finish. Mahogany back and sides. Mahogany neck as well. We have the abalone binding, rosette, and then we also have, let's just say the abalone is the purfling. We also have a wood binding, which may very well also be mahogany. Looks like it, but it goes all the way around the guitar. This guitar does have electronics by LR Bags, and they are functional. But on the 12th fret, we have a very, very neat looking Alvarez inlay. The ebony tuners, very pretty looking tuners. All right, so let's get into the guitar. I've put new strings on this recently within the last couple days, I believe. So let's start with the action. Like to start with action at our 12th fret, of course. 12th fret action coming in right at 90 thousandths. On the bass E, on the treble E, we're at right about 80 thousandths. I'll double check that with my feeler gauge. Yep, just under 90 thousandths on the bass. On the treble, right at about 95, or I'm sorry, 85. About 85 on the treble. We measure our action here at the nut of the guitar. I use a 20 thousandths feeler gauge here on the 1st fret. And that is perfection. Then I use a 16 gauge, which is 0.4 millimeters. Same thing, I mean, perfect. Just clears it. You can feel the littlest bit of resistance, and then there's no play in the string once it's there. So action at the 1st fret is perfect. Action at the 12th fret is a very good action. Like I said, about 90 on the bass, 85 to 90, and then about 75 or 80 to 85 on the treble side. So both very, very good. It's a very good setup. And as we measure here, I'm going to measure it on the 7th fret with full string tension. We are exactly at 10 thousandths, which is precisely where we should be for our neck relief. Let's take a look at our saddle height. So really all I'm trying to do here is give you an idea of how much saddle is left without you having to guess from the pictures. So I'm taking a measurement off the front of the saddle down to the bridge, and I'm starting here on the bass E, and I am getting 111 thousandths, which is equivalent to 2.83 millimeters. On the treble side, we are at just under 90 thousandths, and that is equivalent to 2.25 millimeters. There's room on the saddle. I'm also going to call out or measure out, and I'll just take one measurement here in the middle, but just the thickness of the bridge itself. I don't believe that this bridge has been shaved down at all. And we're at 7.58 millimeters, which is right at about 300 thousandths of an inch. And that's your thickness of your bridge. Bridge is in good shape. Saddle's in good shape. Your action is in great shape. Your neck relief is set perfectly. You'll see in a moment that the guitar plays wonderfully. I do like to check for any bridge lift. I do that just using a string package, mainly the flap. This to me feels even thinner than a sheet of notebook paper. And if the idea is to see if there's any gaps by trying to slide it in. I, of course, have done that before, preparing for the video. Now I can't quite get into those little, those little openings there, but the rest of the bridge is sealed. It is tight. Let's take a look at the frets. I mean, I'm not seeing any fret wear, any markings or gougings. There's a little mark in the fretboard, very, very little, right about here. But take a look at the frets. Everything is in good shape. She talked about the days when she was young. We closed in on Skyline Ride. Her mountain draw came back alive. I could see the bluebells covered in springtime dew, hiding a piece of her that I never knew. Virginia blue, family names and Appalachian roots, memories passed down hand to hand, deeper than I could understand. She showed me the branches where stories first grew. Every piece of home feels painted Virginia blue. All right, buzz test. That is 14, 15, 16, 17. That was down to 19. Zero, absolutely zero buzzing on the guitar. So just to wrap up, we'll take a look at any cosmetic, flaws. The top of the guitar does show some signs of use. Nothing, well, there is a blemish here I'll show you, but for the majority of the top, there's no dings, no scratches or deep scratches. It's finish scratches. There is a little bit of wear here in the finish, I would believe, from having the arm sit over it, rubbing on it. So just the littlest bit of milkiness in that area. Very difficult to see if the light's not shining right on it. But I'm talking about in this area, you might pick up some of those scratches with the lights. Very fine scratches, very fine finish wear. The only other cosmetic flaw on the top is right in this corner. It should cause a little scratch. You can barely feel it. I would say maybe it's in just the top part of the finish. There we go. I can see that showing up on camera, but it is very small. A little bit of chatter next to it. They're not as deep or into the finish at all, but you can just barely see it there on this lower bout. On the sides, I just have this one imperfection, and it is right here on that corner. I think that's showing up pretty well. And that you can't even feel. I couldn't get it to buff out, but you can't even feel it. There is a small little scratch right there. And these are very small. Most people wouldn't even take the time to show all this, or they would, throw it in a picture and hope you catch it. You can't feel it, but you can see just a little scratch in the finish here. Can't even feel it. The back, and those are all smudges. I think the back is excellent. All right, the strap button was moved to what I believe to be a superior location here on the side of the neck, but that did leave. Can you see it? That did leave the hole. That hole has been filled with mahogany, but you can probably tell that the color is not perfect. But that is very small, very minor. If you could see on the back of the headstock, the very faintest used stamp at the top. I didn't even notice this when I bought it from the person that I bought it from. But also in the sound hole, you're going to see that red sticker, which is a serial number replacement. And what all this means is, before I bought it, according to the last owner, there was some bridge lift issue happening. It was sent to an authorized Alvarez repair factory, and it was professionally repaired, and it's shown zero signs of moving, since I've had it. But because of that, their policy is to stamp it with the used stamp on the back of the headstock, as well as to give it a new serial tracking number. So that is the story for that. I'm, rating this guitar in very good condition. As I look at, I don't think you can get one of these guitars right now for reverb for less than $900. I expect my pricing to be very competitive. It does come with a very nice hard shell case. Take a look at the description on the on the ad. You'll see a picture of the case. So thank you all so much for taking a look, and I appreciate you very much. Take care.